the amendment would have required the government to try to negotiate a customs union arrangement with the EU if, by January 21, 2019, it had failed to negotiate a frictionless free trade deal with the bloc. Sterling GBP = D3 rebounded from the day's lows against the dollar after the government sidestepped defeat on the amendment. But there was no guarantee the matter of retaining a form of customs union, which pro-EU MPs see as vital to preserving industrial and commercial supply chains, would not resurface. Tuesday's legislation was technical in nature, focusing on converting trade deals between the EU and third countries into bilateral deals with Britain, and was not originally intended to define new trade policy. However, the government did suffer an unexpected defeat on a separate amendment, which means it will now be required to seek an agreement that allows Britain to have continued participation in the European medicines regulatory framework. Very significant defeat of government tonight on European medicines regulation amendment. Near Mississippi on customs union amendment. Margin is closing on these votes and we will keep at it, tweeted Keir Starmer, Brexit spokesman for the opposition Labour Party, which favours a customs tie with the EU. May is expected to face many more challenges to her strategy after a summer break as she works her way through a mountain of Brexit-related legislation. Any final deal with the EU will also require ratification by a bitterly split Parliament. The close shave in Parliament was May's third this week, underscoring the difficulty she faces in passing legislation on one of the most divisive and important decisions in modern British history, with only a minority government and her Conservative Party at war with itself. "We can't rely on anything," said Warren East, CEO of UK engine maker Rolls-Royce, who said his firm could start stockpiling parts soon if it looked like Britain was heading towards a disorderly exit from the EU. Can't please everybody. May's vulnerability in Parliament, where she lost her party's majority in an ill-judged election last year, was also laid bare on Monday when her decision to accept demands of hardline pro-Brexit lawmakers stirred a revolt among those who want to keep the closest possible ties in the EU. May vows to stick to her plan to negotiate the closest possible commercial links, a common rule book for goods, with the bloc, saying this is the only way to balance political and economic priorities for Brexit, the most momentous shift in British foreign and trade policy for decades. But her plan so far has pleased few on both sides, compounding divisions within the Conservative Party that have so far frustrated progress in talks with the EU, and triggering a war of words between Eurosceptic and pro-EU factions. "We can't please everybody. We have to have a compromise position that enables the country to get an agreement with the European Union," Trade Minister Liam Fox told BBC Radio.